Do you struggle with that initial spark when you're creating your own music? Well, I found one of the best ways to get over this is by having a 5-step structure so that you never leave a production session without something to show for it. While showing you how to do just this, I'm going to be using a vocal from the hugely talented Hunnis. I saw him singing it on TikTok and I couldn't resist asking him for a chance to use it myself. Definitely check him out on Spotify and Instagram as well. Command D to duplicate the track. Let's put the pre-chorus and chorus on its own track.
I don't mind the drive if it gets me to you.
So good. Mute and save for later. Create a new software instrument. Change the synth to Spitfire Audio's Labs. And let's use a soft piano to figure out some nice chords. I don't mind the drive if it gets me to you. That's a cool idea. So let's do the old trick of recording the chords and let them linger for a long time. Reverb, chroma verb, and throw a huge concert hall on that. Bring up the wet and the decay. Ooh, that's cool. Select that region, Control B, bounce in place, and the same for the second one. Let's put those on different tracks. Select a section, not from the start. Fade them in and out. Let's bring up the tempo using a metronome app. Da, 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 da. That could be cool for 150. Make sure those are choppy, so it'll break before each chord. Nice. Now we're grooving. So figure out what key, chords, and BPM you're going to use for this track. It's the foundations which everything else is built on. Now, I'm going to master a track using Mixea from DistroKid, which is a powerful tool for artists who are short on time or resources. If you're a DistroKid user, you can master your first track for free. It's $99 a year for unlimited mastered tracks. Let's test out Mixea using a track we made a couple of videos ago. All you have to do is upload your track, give it a minute to process, play the original,
My mother is an angel,
and then the master,
I'm a saint. I'm from a line of dreamers who were raised on pints of
and then the
pain.
intensity
I'll
low.
never need my last name. I've worked for what I've gained. The question mark on hard enough. could
Way
leave
more
a
volume,
man
way more
insane,
compressed.
But I'm singing louder these days. But I'm singing louder these days.
If we EQ to the brightness, hear those hi-hats pop out.
These days.
Way more high end.
But I'm singing louder these days.
And I absolutely love that you can toggle these parameters as you're playing back the track, all in real time. It really adds to the ease and speed of the mastering process. So you can check out Mixea using my link down below. And I get a kickback from that, so it'll be helping me and the channel out as well. Make sure you stick around to the end of this video so you can hear the Mixea master on the track we're about to make. And let me know what you think. Go back to the piano so we can bounce out a few more interesting chords. Whew, a nice clashy one there. Control B and bounce these in place. The chords are cool, but let's mess up the rhythm a little bit more. That was kind of cool. Accidentally. Maybe try that rhythm again with the first chord. Mix it up the second time. So kind of a more strict rhythm here at the beginning, going to the more syncopated one. Yeah. Go to that vocal, bounce it in place so I don't mess up the original. Let's marquee tool, Command or it across, mute the other chords. Flex pitch, turn on flex. Let's stick on polyphonic. Another time. I don't mind it. I don't mind it.
I don't mind the drive. I don't mind it.
Open flex pitch again, and let's make these a little bit longer.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it.
That works. Might sound a little bit better if we create a new software instrument, open the synth to quick sampler, drag that chorus audio into optimized, click on slice, double click to remove some of the slices and move them into place.
In love with you.
Hit gate when I let go of the key.
With you.
It stops the sample playing all the way to the end when we let go. Go pitch, pitch correction, response down to 0, major scale, C major. Let's record that in. Sounds mad. Cue to quantize those. I don't mind it. That's a bit of a madness. Option C, chords a blue color. Vocal sample can be teal. Control B, let's bounce that in place. And on the bounce, go to pitch shifter, mix to 100, semitones to 7. Okay, I need some drums right now. Great. A new software instrument. Quick sampler again. I've dragged in the Cobra kick. Not bad. I'm going to low pass it. I'm recording 4 on the floor. I bounce out the pitched audio because the pitch is causing lots of weird artifacts I don't want and delaying things. So when I bounce it out, I can check the audio and make sure it's banging time and doing exactly what we want it to. Drums yellow. Command D that sampler and we got a beautiful clap. Command D to duplicate that track. Let's try the Cobra ride cymbal. Option, click drag down that MIDI. Let's offset it a little bit. Option, click and drag that across. Throw in a few more. Maybe Move that later. So add in your core drums like your kick and snare or rhythmic instrument, which can build on top of the foundations that you've set. Some interesting ideas. What about showing Nicky Romero's kickstart on this just to give it a bit of a pumping sidechain effect? That's mad. Let's try some modulation. Chorus. Give it some stereo width. That's nice. And maybe some isotope vinyl. A free plugin. Give it a bit more lo-fi effect. No dust. Tiny bit of warp. 1930s effect seems to take out a lot more low end, so might leave more space for the bass. We'll see in a bit. Now back in the vocal, check the pitch on this, maybe pitch correction. Back to C major again. Nice, that helps. And I've gone to multi-effects, fat effects. And we're using this to give a bit more saturation to the vocal.
Is it just a phase that we're all going through?
Click on flex pitch, and flex pitch again. Could just chop this to match up here.
Is it just a phase that we're all going through?
Get this duplicated and play it again. Let's make it sound different. So high pass and low pass filter here on the second one. So it's like an echo. Shift click, shift command G, and we have some chorus, vox chops, I suppose. Buzz reverb, we've gone for chroma verb and dirty chamber. Group these chopped pianos together, also put them in the same room. And we've got the ceiling piano from earlier in the same room as well. For the majority of cases, adding texture to your track instantly makes it much better. In this particular case, our texture is ending up like a bit of a ceiling. It's a high frequency synth that's adding energy to the track. Okay, really lacking in percussion. Let's get some inspiration by creating a new audio track. Jump over to our loops. Instrument, surely some shakers will work. Ooh, something like this. Let's find some more stuff. So let's turn off shaker. Let's find conga. That's super cool. Control some of those lows in the conga. Yeah, gentle it in. Let's try percussion this time. I really like that cajon snare kind of sound. Let's try the snares in time. Grabbing the snare and deleting everything else could be the idea. Nice. And that shaker, Nicky Romero kickstart. So you're really just accenting the drum and bass beat. That's nice. Jungle vibes. If the track calls for it, add some percussion. And don't be afraid to use loops, chop them up and make them your own. Different instruments with different timbres and rhythms are always a great way to get those creative juices flowing. I have an idea. Let's sit back down for this. Recording this bass.
Is it just a phase that we're all going through?
B flat.
Is it just a phase that we're all going through? Is it just a phase that we're all going through?
Can keep the last chord A minor for the minute and we can make it an A major later on. So let's say if we copy that across and had an outro and make that whole thing A major at the end and copy across that lead vocal then as well for that section. We just need to match those chords up if we can. G, B, E, B, D, I suppose.
Is it just a phase that we're all going through?
I feel like I finally figured out the chords. We just need more A minor style stuff here when we go to the A minor at the end. Back to our soft piano. Bounce that out, A with a second. Bounce that out. Ooh, that's a cool one. Very D focused one. There's one. There's two. Nice randomness in there as well. We can always add these in earlier on. Some hi-hats always make a big difference. You have to get that boots and cats rhythm. Boots and cats and boots and cats and. And some piano for the outro.
Is it just a phase that we're all going through?
How's that for an ending? So I need some piano in this chorus in the big bit to make it seem normal when we go out to a piano outro, or else it just feels like there's an instrument coming from nowhere. If we duplicate this track and I'll just hit octaves.
Just a phase that we're all going through.
If vibes though. Serious vibes. So here we have the chance to arrange our track. We can set a verse, chorus, outros, and anything in between by adding or removing instruments. It's important that we do this while we're into the vibe of the track, so we don't just get stuck with a loop that we'll find difficulty expanding upon later. Our bonus step 6 is make sure you take breaks, go for a coffee, meet with friends, and ask for their advice. Taking a step back can quite often be the better thing in the long run. If we listen to the track too much, we'll lose all sense of perspective. A huge thank you to Hunnis for sending me his vocal. Please do check him out, he's awesome. Also a huge thank you to all the legends over at DistroKid for asking me to show you Mixea. Speaking of which, let's listen to the final track after it was mastered by Mixea.
Is that moon the same for you? Is that moon the same for you? Is it just a phase that we're all going through? Is it just a phase? I don't mind the drive if it gets me to you. I don't mind the drive if it gets me to you. Am I really in love with you? Is that moon hanging the same for you? Is it just a phase that we're all going through? I don't mind the drive if it gets me to you. I don't mind the drive if it gets me to you.
Let's go.